everybody. Welcome back. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about advertising for games, social media, and the like. We've had some questions about how we have advertised for our games, what the best way to advertise for games are, and I've told people before, it really depends on the kind of game you're running, where you're running it, how you're running it, who you want to come to your games. That's all going to kind of depend on how you advertise. Now, the best way to advertise is kind of always going to be word of mouth, honestly. Once you have some good games and you have players who are enjoying your games, they're going to go out and they're going to tell their friends, and their friends are going to tell their friends, etc., etc. Another thing to consider is where you're playing. So if you're at a college and you're going to play, say, an HBZ event where you might not even need a blaster to show up. A lot of people come to HBZ events just to be zombies, right? There's a lot of great ways that you can promote your game there. You can do flyers on campus. You can talk to groups and say, hey, you know what would be cool if next time you guys had a group meeting, you mentioned this event that's going on. If you want to and you have some sort of Facebook or other social media page for your college or your campus or wherever you're playing, consider putting something up on there to let people know, And honestly, the closer it gets to an event, the more you should be putting up. So like what we try to do is, like, as an event gets closer and closer, on our page or on Facebook or wherever you're advertising, put that up. Now, if it's a place like Reddit or a forum, obviously just leave it to one thread. You don't want to spam people, but if it's a Facebook group that you are moderating, like a Facebook page specifically for your event, put it out there so it'll show up on people's feeds. That's what I mean by, continuing to put that out there as the event gets closer. Like I said, flyers and things might help. It depends on the area and where you're playing and who you want to attract. If you want people that are, very casual, that might be able to just join your game by going and buying a blaster, or you're going to have loners there, or you're going to have zombies, right? And you want people to come and be zombies, advertise that, because people might be able to show up. That if you are having, say, a war where everybody's pretty much going to have homemade blasters and homemade ammo, you might not want to advertise just at like your local community center, right? You're probably going to want to go on like Nerf Haven or somewhere where there are other people who are very much into Nerf, learning about this hobby, and they're at that sort of stage, and that's the kind of game that they want to play. So like I said, it's going to vary a little bit depending on your audience and who you want at your games. Not to say that some people should be excluded, but the type of players that you're trying to attract. If you're trying to attract people who are very much into sort of homemade blasters and the step-in scene, you're going to want to advertise in places where those people are, is mostly what I'm getting at there. But very few things are going to beat the word of mouth game, because that's really what gets the most people I've found into games. Most other people I've talked to that run games say the same thing. Like, once people talk to their friends and bring friends, and their friends bring friends, it just sort of snowballs, and you have a lot of people, and it's a lot of fun. So consider that. Consider creating pages for your group, some sort of social media, whether it be Twitter or Facebook or even Instagram or something like that, so you can, people that like your game can like your page or your tweets or whatever, and get information on when the next event is going to be. So it's a great way to do that. Definitely consider that sort of avenue of social media when you're trying to advertise and grow your games. Even after you've gotten large, consider continuing to do it so people can keep coming and knowing when the next events and things like that are going to be. So that'll do it for this episode, guys. As always, stay safe, have fun, and happy tagging.